This seminar was prepared and organized in the frame of CIDREE, which supports us from the beginning, that is to say 3 years ago. It aims at designing video resources for teacher education and teacher professional development, and we try to gather researchers and designers and teacher trainers to understand how to develop higher skills for teachers in the 21st century.
So this seminar aims in particular at investigating the specific influence of video in teacher education and professional development program. Also, it's looked very interesting to compare each country perspectives.
We are very impressed to meet you, because I'm very impressed to see how famous researchers are around this table.
I think it's been a really, really good conference, and for a first international conference, it's been really interesting to see all the different perspectives from all the different countries. Really, the keynote speakers had got a lot to do in relation to their quasi-experimental research designs, and all the other speakers who've been part of the programme as well have got their own particular perspective on how professional vision is implemented within their own programmes. So it's been fascinating from that point of view.
And we use professional vision as an indicator for their acquisition of theory, practice, integrated knowledge. And this is what I want to show you today in my presentation.
But I have the feeling to talk about a professional vision and to bring all people together who have so different conceptualizations, and to share them and to find, I'm more interested in to find a common understanding about the professional vision, so I think it's very worthy. For example, yesterday the discussion about how we use dispositions, or today how we use the word rule, for example, that we have different understandings in our minds, different cultural understandings also.
Practices of using video for teacher learning.
That's a good idea.
Because of what you
maybe around professional vision. We need to keep.
This event is really interesting for me because it helps me figure out the concept of professional vision, which is a concept that I haven't used a lot, and I'm just integrating in my research for now. How to understand the way students can interact around the analysis of videos. This is something I really want to focus on, the interactions online, and the way people understand and describe here professional vision will help me figure out how the interactions occur online.
I think the reflection during the seminar is about the use of video also online and at university during a workshop, for example.
What we've learned is that when teachers are teaching, they cannot observe many events that happen in the classroom, and especially students learning. And so when we take time after the lesson to go back to look on video of what happens, they see many more things that help them to improve their teaching strategies for a better learning for students. We also see that it's not the same using video for pre-service teacher, for in-service teacher. There are different goals, and there are different devices to think about for the educator, facilitators, and for researchers also.
Could you say a little bit more about, you spoke about different levels of reasoning that they didn't seem to change over time, pre-post. Can you say a little bit more how you differentiated between the kind of the low level of sophistication? It seemed like you had 3 different ones.
We coded with every component they noticed. This was the unit of analysis where we tried to capture, is there any reasoning? No reasoning is no relations to students' learning, no terms or expressions of conceptual knowledge, so just descriptions primarily. And then the rudimentary reasoning was if you had individual theoretical terms, for example, learning climate was mentioned and something related to it, but not more.
I've actually been really excited to join the event because I feel like it's brought together a community of researchers and practitioners that don't often get the chance to meet. So I think it's actually quite a unique event. At our particular university, we do a lot of work with video, and so being able to learn about what others are doing with video, not only as a research tool, but also in supporting teacher education, it's highly valuable for us to learn about what's also going on, not only in Europe, but we also have other international visitors as well, so it's really helpful.
I actually think it's very exciting. I love that it's small enough that we have a chance to learn about each other's work and perspective and research, and also have a chance to talk about differences. The work that I'm doing is involved with video, so people studying very carefully the impact of video and its relationship to professional vision, and then people's differing definitions and how they measure. That is very interesting to me. So I think that helps me also clarify, and in future research, I have a new research project that will be starting this summer, and I think it'll help me also in thinking about that as well.
The other thing is that yesterday David presented something that we never talked about actually, and I was quite interested in it, is the first video you presented, you remember, with the video that is the camera that is at the bottom of the classroom, with the trainer that talks in the ear. Well, we haven't talked about this, but if we look at the tool used, I think we should also look for new ways of using videos, and this kind of videos are really different. And maybe there are some, we can also look at these ways of using videos.
You cannot explain learning unless you reconstruct all the details in the causal chain. So when we succeed in reconstructing the processes and mechanisms that are responsible for learning, then we will understand what is effective.
I find it really exciting that people from many different language areas are there. So it's maybe the first or the second time that researchers and teacher educators from German, English and French-speaking countries get together in an expert meeting where they exchange their results and ideas and theories and concepts, and I think this really helps in bringing the field forward. One thing I conclude is that video takes a big flight everywhere, and everybody's excited about the effectiveness of the medium, but we have to learn how to use the medium to achieve the greatest effect, both in student and experienced teachers and in their students. And I think there's a lot more research to do in that area, because in the final end we want to know how we can raise instructional quality, and through that raise the learning results of pupils in schools.